Hey, hope you can see the craziness we've got planned for tonight. Yeah, quite a simple job actually. Got this piece of 28mm solid bar stock. I think it's EN1. We're going to be making an axle for this custom swing arm. This is going in one of my mate's bikes, but he doesn't have a lathe, so we'll be doing the machine work here. I think it's going to be a 1200 bandit, kind of like a Spindle kind of design. One of the boys in Ireland made it a while ago. But yeah, it's never been on the road. It's only a dry build, and it's got some bits missing. So we're going to make an axle for here, which is going to fit in this wheel, which somebody's already done quite a nice job of widening. It's got a 240 tyre on, whereas I'm assuming it would have been a 180 or a 200 or something before. So that's where we're at. So yeah, got to cut this down to about 400mm, and then make a couple of caps for each end to tidy it up and make a nice job of it, rather than just two boring nuts on the end. I'll do something a bit different with it. So I'll get that cut off and get it in the lathe, and we'll get some threads put in the ends. Okay, I'm pretty sure you can see this okay. Yeah, basically I want this spindle to go not all the way through this swing arm and the adjuster ends, but most of the way. So if end to end is 38, I'll make that 35 centimeters long, 350mm. So got the little wizard ready here. Lump of metal, and just mark it off. I'm not worried about it being exact, just somewhere near 35 is okay. But the is, I want it round, I want it cut straight. So usually, you see me doing this before, the old daft bit of paper. It's amazing how long I make the same piece of paper last for. Right, that makes sure I cut it straight all the way around. You don't get one of them corkscrew kind of cuts like. So you stay there. There we go, that's nearly flat. Now, I've already checked that fits in these things. One problem I have got is that these are real tight in this, probably because that's distorted when it's been welded on. They've never been out since it was built. But as I say, the bike was bought as a frame, not a finished bike, so that's for the next owner to worry about, but I'll sort that for them. Right, so we're about 15mm shy either side, so I'll welly this in the lathe now and knock a couple of holes in the end of it. I've got a new set of taps here because you can't buy enough of them, and a new tap and drill because I can never find them. So I'll just get that done now, and we'll get back on and then make the ends after that. to do now is I'm just going to throw a bigger drill bit down there than the tapping drill, so that I can have a little bit of sort of reverse shank, if you like a counterbore, because people have a habit of putting a metal bar down on a wheel spindle and smashing them out with a big mallet. So if they peen the thread over, they'll never get bolt back in. So we'll just put a bit of insurance in there for when they do that. That's about 8mm relief on that. Just swap it around to the other end. Okay, so now I've got these two ends threaded and put a little bevel on the edge of these ends for, obviously when it's going through, that'll help it go in, and one end's going to be welded up, so that gives me a V out to start welding to. The next thing I want is some end caps to fit these bolts into. That's a bit of stainless, can't remember the grade, probably not important. But yeah, basically I want to make a couple of like rounded caps out of this stock here that these Allen bolts here will countersink into. So we're back on the lathe, I'm afraid, for a couple of minutes, but I'll chop most of the board and stuff out and just get it down to the main events, you know what I mean. I'll put that in there so it doesn't get away, and we'll take some measurements. Okay, so I've just got some bits of stuff to measure here now. Right, these are the two outer caps. Adjust the chain with these like eccentric adjuster things. Obviously we've got the new spindle verniers ready. Right, so the total width of that is 383 millimeters, and the combined thickness of the flanges on the end of them are 9 millimeters. So that is 392. Right, so then we take our 392 and we subtract the length of the spindle. $348. Which is 44. So 44 mil divided by, no, mine, we want to knock 2 off that, so scratch 44 because I want clearance in between the ends. I want at least 2 mil clearance, so we'll call that 42. 42 mil, divided by 2, 21. Right, basically the flange that sticks into that hole there, or the spigot, the bit that goes inside meets up the spindle. So we need to chop down to 28 mil. It's got to be 21 mil long. For round numbers, we'll just call that 20 on both. It's easier for my machine, and I don't mind a slightly bigger gap in between. That allows us to really tighten up the load up the bearings with the spacers. What we want to see is the spacer looking something like this. Right, so there'll be the 20 mil faces there. That's the hole down the middle, and then I want to put like a cap on it because this is 32 mil. So as you can see, that won't go through there. We want that machine down to 28 on that. So that overall, that length there is going to be 28. 10 mil clearance hole in the middle, and then we want a counter bore for the head of the bolt. And then the outside is something like that. I made loads of things like this. In fact, I've just seen one similar. I think that's a headstock off the screen bike. Yeah, there's one there. It's very, very old, but I made that years ago. But as you can see, I want that kind of design. So that guy just goes inside. But that's aluminium. We're gonna be making this one as stainless. Right, I'll get the set up on the lathe and start chomping some metal off. As always, don't consider this to be any kind of educational video. This is just, imagine, a diary of my drunken ideas. Close enough. Right. Call that end flat. Set that at 20. Put a shadow on that so I can see. I'll start this thing rolling, and then I'll cut out all the middle for you so you don't have to watch it. It means I can listen to my radio while I do it as well. So that's obviously better. Okay, nice. That should fit on there now. Nice fit. Right, so now I know the settings on this wheel here. I haven't found the tool. Get this guy. I'll just turn round to the other end. Just gotta get that bear off that. Is it? Basically, just remember that 1.4 on there. And we'll go around again. Okay, that should be that one done. I'll just double check it. Spot on. Excellent. Yeah, both the same size. Guy obviously knew what he was doing when he made them. That's cool. Right, so I want to hog the ends off this now with the little wizard and get some holes stuffed in them. Right, so as per, they're not unusual in here. I can't find the right tool as normal, so I'm just going to wing it a little bit and mark this off where I want this this cut. I don't think I want it sticking out 10mm. Yeah, 10mm will be alright. Yeah, 10mm. So I'm just going to use this thing and scratch a 10mm line around there. I can hear all the engineers flipping screaming at the computer screen now. But you know, I am not an engineer and I don't pretend to be. I get these things for free anyway. That's completely unclear, so that's good. We can work with that. Right, I'll just go over here to the vise and hack the ends off this. And down. It goes pretty much like that, so I'll put my radio back on and get you to the end. Okay, there's two of them with holes in. Right, so now I want to put a counterbore in, so I'll put a counterbore in there so the head of that bolt sinks in. So they're always 13mm. Don't need to measure that, I've done millions of them. What I do need is the little boring bar. Okay, so let's go and find that. That's okay, we found it. That should just get it. Now we just carry on like that for another 10 minutes, so I'm going to put my radio back on. Right, so that's that first one got that middle hogged out there. So you can see the bolt now sits flush in the middle. I'm going to take these edges down to something nicer with them, probably dome them off a bit. But first of all, just going to make that one same as this guy here. Okay, so that's the second one carved out there. Just gonna face these two off and put a little radius on it, and then we'll be back over the fridge in a second. Alright, back at the fridge bench thing here now. Okay, we've got some slightly better shape to that now. We're on the square ends. These bolts fit in alright. Needs a bit of cleaning, but you know, a little bit of swarf on there. Alright, that's okay. Yeah, it's just a bare on that edge, no problem. We'll take that off later. That was the same, perfect. Right. So this swing arm, we've got a little problem with this now. It's not really the fault of anyone, the builder or anything. I think it's not finished. Right, I can get these guys in there okay because I've had that thing in there polishing it out. These two on this side don't go in anymore because they were jammed in there solid. Oh, actually that side isn't terrible. So this outside, basically it's got really hot around that weld and it's distorted a bit, so I've just got to go in there and polish it all out. These, I can turn that easily, so that'll adjust the chain okay and won't give the guy any problems. These things here, and we deburred them, they will just go on the ends of the spindle, and that's an outside one, so they will just sit on there like that. Oh yeah, just show you on the side that works. They'll just go in there like that. Being stainless steel, you can polish them up, do whatever he wants. And that holds his big wheel that we got there. So I'll just polish these out and then get it in, get it finished off. Okay, as you see, we've got the ends in there now and the axle is fitted. I suppose it looks a lot neater than just a couple of X nuts on the ends or screw cut on the axle. But yeah, that's good enough for him, that's what he wants. But I'll be getting it back to him on Saturday, so we'll see where it goes from there, and no doubt he'll get me to make some more stuff. So that's it for this job. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Keep it between the ditches.